Today's episode is technically a workout journal entry, so let's go ahead and get that graphic out of the way. But it's really not going to be about me and my workouts. We're only going to touch on one day of my year, May 1st. And even then, I used that day to recognize one of my personal heroes in my fitness quest.
One ambulatory up on the corner with the police officer. Everybody inside the vehicles and the crane are DOA.
Multiple calls reporting a crane falling from the roof onto multiple cars.
Witnesses say it sounded like an earthquake when a crane collapsed onto Google's new...
4 people were killed, including college student Sarah Wong and iron worker Travis.
You may have seen this in the news. A construction crane in Seattle, Washington collapsed, with parts of it falling from the top of the building it was on to the street below. 4 people were killed. I was working at my job in the local news studio on Monday when they reported the story. No names were released at that time. In the early morning hours of Wednesday, May 1st, I was scrolling through my Facebook news feed and I noticed several people wishing farewell to one of my friends on that list. And I wondered, is he moving? Where's he going? And then I read further down the list of comments and people were offering condolences to his family. I went to his Facebook page seeking more information, and there I discovered that he was one of the 4 people on that construction crane. Andrew Yoder, aged 31, was an iron worker. He was working in the cab of that construction crane when it fell. He was married 9 years. He leaves behind a wife and 2 young sons. He was one of the 4 people who, in 2006, gave me my initial boost, gave me my initial mental motivation to pursue a life of better health and fitness, weightlifting and strength. So, not really knowing his wife and children, not living in that area, not having the income to send any financial gifts their way, not really knowing what else I can do. Tonight's workout, the first workout since learning of his death, will be dedicated to this enthusiastic young man who encouraged this 30-something at the time, overweight, inexperienced guy to get started. This one is for Andrew Yoder. By 2006, my interest in improving my physical fitness was on the rise. I was still new, I was still uneducated, and I would even say I was still in the wishful thinking phase, where I just kind of sat around wanting to look like these workout magazine models, but not actually putting in the effort to make that change. And then my filmmaking interests got involved. I became aware of workout DVDs, and I noted there seemed to be a market for them, everything from, the total nobody to Mark Wahlberg. And the notion came to me to create kind of my own series. If I could find the fit workout type guys to be in it, my own series of DVDs. I had all the equipment to make such a thing. And it led, short story, it led to a conversation with Aaron and Andrew Yoder on MySpace. Everybody remember MySpace? Yeah. They lived just a couple hours away in the town of Silverton, Oregon. And we arranged to meet up and talk about it, and we did, and they were keen on it. Twin brothers, about 18, and both of them had this mutual interest in bodybuilding, possibly modeling someday, competing, and both of them looked absolutely great, and they were inspiring even just to sit down and talk with about making the video. And then to actually shoot the footage with them was inspiring and motivating as well. I came away from that experience definitely more fired up about working out for myself and making the improvements in my physique. Kind of an interesting friendship there, because I think we were really only in each other's company for maybe 8 days of my life, 8 days of our lives. Couple of weekends and then one or two other times. But Aaron and Andrew both were such friendly guys, such outgoing guys, enthusiastic about, I would say fitness, but enthusiastic about everything that they even took the slightest interest in. I valued them very much in my life, valued just their whole being, their personality, their knowledge, everything. They were two awesome guys. So when the news of Andrew's death hit me, it hit me actually a lot harder than I expected it would. There was a void there. There was a sadness. I had the opportunity to go up to near Seattle for Andrew's memorial service in May of 2019. They did request no video cameras, so I do not have any shots of that experience. But what I want to do now, as I mentioned in the footage I actually recorded on May 1st, I've never met his wife, his kids. I don't even think they know I exist. I don't live anywhere near them. There's nothing traditional that I would have to offer someone in this situation, the grieving parties in this situation. So what I decided to do was spend the rest of this episode getting out the footage that I shot in 2006. Just because of the way life happened, it was never turned into a finished DVD. And since then, they've both gone on to do other things. Andrew joined the Marines and then became an iron worker. Aaron joined the Marines also, I believe. They've led different lives since then. And of course, Andrew's on this earth is now over. He was a dedicated Christian, one of the most dedicated and outgoing Christians I've ever met. So I know that he is now in heaven with his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So he will be missed. And so what I want to do is take that footage and fill up the rest of this episode with a tribute specifically to Andrew. It was shot with both of them in mind, so there's an equal amount of Aaron in there as well. This is kind of what the DVD would have looked like. Would have been a bit longer, probably about half an hour. it's my way of saying goodbye to Andrew. And so here we go. Andrew Yoder and Aaron Yoder, the twins from Silverton, in a farewell tribute to Andrew.
Growing up, it was like, the same friends that people were like, let's go see the twins. It's not, let's go see Aaron, or let's go see Andrew, or hey, how about you have them come over? It's always them, not him or him. We're definitely individuals. We have different, one point or the other. I guess all our friends are pretty much the same, but growing up as a twin, you can have a lot of fun playing pranks on people, doing stuff like that, switching around in different positions. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to. I think it's a lot of fun being a twin. I don't know if there's a hobby that we don't enjoy together. I would say for the most part, you probably were into weightlifting before I was. Then, I got into it. I saw the benefits. I was a little bit more into cars than you were, but you saw how much fun they were, and you got into it. Once one of us sees, if he can do it, I can do it, and it looks like a lot of fun. And so that's how it usually ends up being. Yeah. We're twins. We do most of it. Most of the stuff we do together.
This is why they're on camera and I run the camera. All right.
Oh, no sweat.
Yeah.
No sweat.
You got it. Okay, we're stopping there. No sweat.
Good job.
I'm gonna hurt tomorrow.
No problem.
All right, that's good.
you.